Okay, so welcome everyone. This is the Premier Chess Winter 2021 Youth Advanced class, week 4, and we're going to be discussing king hunt. So first question is, what is a king hunt? Need definitions here. What's it?
Adam.
Yeah.
A king hunt is when you try and get the king to walk down the board to your side of the board and checkmate the king.
Okay, that's pretty good. I would say that it doesn't have to be onto your side of the board. It's just that they usually end up, the king like is just checked and kicked around until you know,
And checkmated.
usually checkmate occurs, but sometimes just like a massive amount of material gain.
Like
Yeah.
bullied?
Anybody else?
Being bullied?
Call out. Raise your hand. I'll call on you. Brian.
It's kind of like chasing the king to your advantage,
Yeah.
like your strong point.
Yeah, very good. And these games are very violent and dynamic, and usually every move is a check, although there are some exceptions because you don't want to allow your opponent to breathe even for one move, right? You want to maintain the initiative, maintain the attack. Okay, so this position is from a game, Marlozin versus Prince Darian, 1876 in Kiev's black to move. Now, in this position, you would think that white is winning, right? Look at this. Look at the queen, the bishop, the knight, all very menacing and close to the king. However, white committed one fatal mistake, which is he gave black one move to breathe. He didn't check him for one move, and that was his downfall. Now, what is the best move for white? For black in this game? What do you guys think?
Let's see what we have here. How about Patrick? Patrick.
What do you think, Patrick?
Knight C to check.
Yeah, so knight c2. Yeah, so you're looking for a check. Very, very powerful. So knight c2 check. Very good. So now the king has a few possibilities, right? He's got king e2, king f1, king d1. So let's try. Let's try king e2 first. What would you do if you did king e2?
Let's see. Joshua, what would you do?
Knight to d4.
Okay, so knight d4, and then we would just be basically repeating the position. So you don't want to repeat the position. So we need another move here. What do you think?
Ariana.
Knight takes a1.
Okay, so knight takes a1. You are winning material. Problem is, it's not a check. And remember, the goal is not really to win material because look, black's king is vulnerable as well. So maybe he can do something like, you know, drop back, discover check, and he's going to be on the run now. So you got to be having strong moves here. Joshua, what do you think, Joshua? Joshua, no? Okay. What about Edward?
Queen D3.
Yeah, queen d3 or bishop to g4, both good checks. So let's say queen d3 is a very nice one because this prevents the king from escaping to f1 and then perhaps to g1, right? So king d3 check forces king d1. And now, what do you think is a good move here?
Samuel.
Just looking at bishop g4.
Yeah, so now we go bishop g4. And now either the queen sacrifices herself to stop the attack, or he blocks. Now what's the best move here?
Adam, go again.
Knight e3 check.
Knight e3 check. Very good. So now the king is forced onto e1. Okay, now we continue.
Crazy.
Continue.
Anyone else? What
Best
would you
move
do here, Shreya? What would you do here, Shreya?
Knight g2.
Good. Knight G2. Very good. Continuing the attack.
Wow.
And of course, if King D1, what's the best move here?
Bishop takes F3
No. Edward.
Bishop takes F3, checkmate.
Very good. So this is checkmate right here. Very nice. So he's basically forced to. Okay. So let's see. So here, knight takes. Actually, yeah. Oh, sorry. In this position, yeah, he is forced. Yeah, sorry, he is forced King D1. Okay, so that's one variation. So let's go back. So that was if he did King E2. So in the game, he went King D1. So basically, it's going to go along similar lines as that. So Bishop G4 check. F3.
Why doesn't he just take the knight after Bishop G4 check?
Okay, let's look at that. What if he takes the knight? Best move.
Oh, wait. Oh, Queen D3.
Queen D3, mate.
Queen D3 is mate. Right. So that would quicken his demise. So we don't want to do that. So the knight is untouchable. So Bishop G4 check. Pawn blocks. And we continue along the similar variation. So what's the next move here?
Maybe someone else. Chaitanya, what do you think the next move is?
Knight. Whoa, is it knight E3 or knight D3?
Yeah, knight E3. Yeah, knight E3 check, right? So now let's say he goes here. Okay, yeah, he went King E1 in the game. Now best move here.
How about Peter?
Knight takes G2.
Yeah, knight takes G2. So this is along similar lines. So again, if he goes King D1, we have mate in 2. You guys see it, right?
Chaitanya, you see it?
Yeah, it's bishop takes F3 check, and then QD3 check.
Yeah, and then Queen D3 again. So he's basically forced to go here. Okay, now we continue the attack.
All right, Adam.
Queen D3 check.
Yeah, bring the queen into the game. Very good. Now this forces only one move. King takes, and now
Queen F3 checkmate.
Queen F3 is mate. Very good. So you
Wow.
see what happens in these kinds of games, in these kind of attacking dynamic games, where one side is given just one move of breathing space. Maybe he took the extra move to take this rook, and that was his fatal mistake, right? So also another thing to note in this game is it was from 1876. What kind of opening do you think was most popular at that time, the 19th century? Anybody have an idea? What type of opening?
Gambits.
Gambits, yeah, especially King's Gambit, right? So Queen's Gambit, not so popular. King's Gambit, much more exciting. And so King's Gambit, a lot of these games that are featured at that time tend to involve King's Gambit, right? Very quick and dynamic and exciting games. Okay, very good. So let's go on to the next one. All right, so next one is also from the 19th century, Prince Dadian versus Baturlin, 1883. So this is white to move. What do you think the best move is here for white?
Maybe give him like 30 seconds to just
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, go ahead. I believe the last move was probably something like pawn takes G2. That's probably the last move.
Oh. I'll just set a little timer. 20 more seconds.
Should I put down everyone's hand?
Yeah. We'll
Yeah.
just call on them when my timer goes.
Sure.
Because I want you to think a little bit. I want you to think about possibilities, follow-ups.
Yeah. So yeah, if you can give variations, not just one move, right? Give little variations.
Yeah. All right. Okay, we're ready. Let's call on Samuel.
I was considering bishop takes f7.
Yeah. Okay, so bishop takes f7, and what if king takes f7 before I move the pieces?
Well, I would just go bishop takes c7.
Okay, so win the queen. Okay, so that's a possibility. Actually, that doesn't work. Does anybody see before I actually move the pieces? Can everybody visualize why that doesn't work and then why that does not win the queen?
Peter.
So bishop takes c7, then you can play queen to f6.
No, that still loses the queen to rook takes f6.
Yeah, but you get a rook back at least.
Nah.
So
Nah.
the question was bishop takes f7, king takes f7, bishop takes c7 check does not win the queen. Why?
Patrick.
Why does it not win the queen?
Takes f7. I mean f1.
G takes f1 check, right?
He
Promotion
takes
to queen.
F1 check.
Queen takes f1 and then
And then you can take the bishop.
no,
no,
you
you
can't.
can
No,
play
you
the-
can't.
You're in check.
You're gonna be in check.
You're in check.
Okay, then queen to f6 check.
Good. Queen f6. Yeah. So let's look at that. Right. So if bishop takes, and then bishop takes here, now we can do a little. What's the name of this kind of move? There's a name for that kind of move.
Samuel, what's the name for that kind of move?
Intermezzo.
Intermezzo, intermediate, in between, Zwiesenzug. Yeah, very good. So instead of responding the way he expected to respond, he took the rook with check. Very nice. And now we can block with the queen, and our queen is safe. Right. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. So okay, let's go back. Okay, so bishop takes f7 is the move that was played in the game. Now, he didn't take the bishop. So let's look at other variations if he did take the bishop. So we looked at this. Look at another. What's a better move than bishop takes c7 here?
Ryan.
You can go bishop g5 too, kind of like the same thing.
Okay, bishop g5 also does not win the queen. Do you see why?
Okay.
Yeah, bishop. For a different reason though. For a different reason. Do you see why?
If you go there, check. I mean, check, but he takes your rook.
Okay, he takes the rook with check, and then queen takes with check, and now what does black do? Save his queen.
I can block with. Oh, I can't block with the queen.
No, you can't block with the queen because the bishop is on.
The bishop is there.
Yeah.
The bishop is still there. Okay.
Yeah.
And another queen h5.
No. It's black's move.
Black's move.
Oh, black's move.
Yeah. So let's do it. Check. Now it's black's move. He saves his queen. How?
Ariana.
Oh, okay.
Knight to f6.
Knight f6. Very good. He just saves his queen, and e5 does not work. Why?
Sam, why doesn't it work?
I know.
Bishop takes d4 check.
Bishop takes d4 check. Very good. Another nice, I guess you can say, in between move. And now take the pawn, and black is pretty safe here. He's doing
terrible.
He's doing good. So let's go back. Okay, so we need a better move than bishop to g5 check.
Neil.
Queen h5.
Yeah, queen h5 is a very nice move here, right? Now we're bringing the queen into the game, and the king must move somewhere. Let's say he moves here. Best move here. If he goes to g7. What do you think?
Bishop e5.
Bishop e5 check. Very strong move. Yeah. Now black is forced to block, and now best move for white here.
We call it
The knight with the bishop.
Take the knight with the bishop. There's a stronger move than that, although that does win the queen, but there's a stronger move than that.
Patrick.
Queen to G5 check.
Queen G5, very nice. Adding another attacker on the knight and simultaneously attacking the king. And king can go here. Now we just
Rook takes.
bring all force onto f6, and this is a very powerful position. Mate, if he doesn't take here, mate will end up very soon, and if he does take, it's going to be devastating. So okay, so let's go back. All right, so queen h7, so king g7 doesn't work. If if here we can yeah, how would you proceed with this one?
Chaitanya.
Queen to E5 check.
Queen e5 check. Okay, that brings the king back here. All right. All right, that is good. I think there's a better move than that though. Stronger move. What do you think?
Peter.
Bishop to G5.
Okay, bishop g5. Okay, it does win the queen. But I mean at this point I think we're more going for mate. So when you're doing a king hunt, right? What you want is as many pieces participating as possible, right? So now we have the bishop, we have the queen, right? The rook can be opened up here. So we can add another piece to the attack, right?
All right. What piece can we add to the attack? Let's see. How about... All right, Neil. Yes, I know your name is Neil. Neil.
Knight d5.
Knight d5 is a beautiful move because now we're adding a fourth piece to the attack. So very nice. Very nice with that. And of course, in these kind of attacks, now, as you can see, black is winning materially, right? Black has an extra bishop and knight. But does that matter? No, it doesn't matter because they're back here on the 8th rank doing nothing, still in their beginning position. And the king is being besieged by white's pieces. And so white is in a terribly dominating situation here.
I'll just also say it's something I forget and students often forget to do is to bring as many pieces into the attack as you can. And,
right.
Especially if you don't see a clear mate yet. Just often it's a good idea to just bring another piece in there, especially with check. So yeah, go on.
Yeah, definitely, especially with check. So all right, so yeah, so knight d5 check and king e6 is the horrible move. Why?
Peter.
Then you play queen to f5.
Queen f5 is mate, right? Very nice mate there. So yeah, so as you can see, for many reasons, capturing the bishop is the wrong move. So for that reason, black sidestepped the bishop, and he went king f8. So now, white to move. What do you think is the best move here?
Not obvious to people. Wait. So we do have digital hands up, but I'm not sure if that was from before or not. Samuel, do you want to answer the question, or is that from before?
Oh, sorry, that was from before.
All right, let me lower some hands, and then you can raise your hand again.
Yeah, when I have like a big group of kids, like I find it difficult to like scan whoever's physically raising their hand. So I just go by digital raising of the hands.
All right, Ariana, what do you see?
I just needed that. Wait.
What else?
I was thinking bishop h6, but then I realized the knight.
That's for
Yeah, knight. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else?
work.
All right, Patrick, the attacker in our group. One of the
I just think you should play king to g2.
Okay, so take the pawn. Okay,
Yeah.
so okay, that does eliminate the threat on the rook. And let's see, black has no immediate way to attack white here. Okay, that's interesting. Any other ideas?
Yeah, maybe. Edward.
I'll just stretch it.
Just stretching.
What? You can't stretch with your hand up.
Looks like Ariana's trying to touch the ceiling. Ariana.
Uh, um, bishop to e5.
Bishop to e5. Okay, and then maybe you can just take here with check, and yeah, you're probably gonna lose your rook. Yeah, probably just wants to get out of the way, something like that. So okay, so here, and remember I told you in a king hunt, usually every move is a check, right? But here, for some reason, or for a very clear reason, White took the opportunity to save his rook. He went rook f2, rook f2, right? And why do you think he went rook f2 and not capture the pawn? Why do you think that?
Adam, why do you think that?
Because the pawn is actually protecting the king from the g-file attack.
Yeah, so it's called a pawn shield. Like you use your opponent's pawn as a pawn shield against against himself, which is sometimes a very interesting way to use your opponent's pieces, especially if the pawn is that far advanced, right? So that can be actually your safety. So yeah, so he did rook f2, which is one of the only moves that's not check in this sequence. And then black went knight f6, developing a piece and hopefully blocking up the f file from the rook. So now, what do you think is the best move here for white?
Neil?
Maybe sack the bishop and bishop h6.
Okay, so bishop h6 check. Maybe take the bishop. Now what?
E5.
E5. All right. It's maybe you're giving him time to open up here, open up his bishop. Maybe he can escape this way, something like that.
Peter.
Anybody else?
So, bishop h6.
Okay, check. Okay.
And then queen h5.
Okay, queen h5. That's an interesting follow up as well. Yeah, if it goes here, that would end things pretty quickly. Seems to me. All right, and if he goes towards the e file, perhaps we can do something like, no, that's too slow. No, because remember this pawn is loose, right? So you don't want to let him take that, right? So maybe something like this, check. Yeah, something like that. All right. So actually, white did something a little bit more drastic than that, than sacrificing this bishop. He sacrifices queen h5. Whoa, he really wanted that f file open,
I was
right?
thinking about that, but I was like, no.
You were thinking about that? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, because he already sacrificed like piece.
I know. Yeah, he's going all out. These players, they go all out. So okay, so queen h5, and so of course he took, right? And now, what do you think? Best move?
Joshua.
Can you go back to when the rook went to f2?
Okay.
Like right here, if the bishop went h6 and the knight took on h6. Bishop goes to h5.
Check.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah. Rook f2 is a little in between move there. Yeah, just to save his rook. He doesn't want to sacrifice his rook. So he'll sacrifice everything else, and including his queen, except his rook. All right. Knight takes h5. Now, what do you think? Good move here.
Sam.
Oh, I had that up for. Oh, and then we play. Don't we play rook? And bishop to h6 check.
Yeah, bishop h6 check. Okay, we're trying to flush the king out of his camp, out of the 8th rank. So here, it was determined. It was determined after this game that knight g7 was the best defense against this, but instead black chose to run with his king, so he went king h7. Okay, and now what do you think?
Samuel.
Knight. Oh,
I say knight d5.
Yeah, I think it's tempting for most people to do bishop g5 to win the queen, but remember, we just sacrificed our queen. So the goal is not material advantage here. The goal is checkmate, right? So yeah, include more pieces into the attack. Knight d5, check, okay. And now the king is forced to go to d6. Now continue.
Edward, change your name back. And
E5.
E5 check, very good. Pushing the king even further, very good. Okay, keep going.
Rook F6.
No, remember, we don't want to allow them to trade any pieces, right? Because we already sacrificed the queen. So you're looking for checks that don't allow your opponent to trade away your pieces.
guys, change your name to your normal name, please. Otherwise, I'm not going to call on you. Brian.
Knight b4 check.
Yeah, knight b4 check, right? Very good. He pushing him back again. King b5, and then keep going.
Patrick.
Oh, my turn.
Patrick.
A4 check.
A4 check. Excellent. Now his move was king a5. Now let's just take a moment to look at this position. I love this position. The king started on an f8. The king is now on a5. This is a great example of a king hunt. This is what a king hunt does. You are hunting down and attacking and relentlessly seeking to destroy the king, right? And you're taking him out of his camp. And again,
Why can't he take the knight?
okay, so yeah, we're gonna discuss that. But first, I want you just to mention that the closer that a king, your opponent's king, gets to your side of the board, the easier it is to checkmate him, right? So that's probably one reason why he didn't take the knight. And we'll see. Let's look at it. So what if he went?
Take the knight?
Yeah. So let's see. King
we should
takes.
Just wrap up soon. So if you take the knight.
Yeah, we'll finish up. Yeah, I'll finish up with this one. Yeah. So king takes b4. Okay, how do we continue here?
Joshua.
On to c3.
Ooh, much better move than that. C3, that's probably also winning, but it's winning in a couple of more moves. But I'm looking for a much quicker end here. What do you think?
Edward.
Bishop d2.
Bishop d2 is what? Mate. So that's probably a good reason why he didn't want to take the knight, right? So he didn't want to quicken the mate, so he didn't take the knight. He sidestepped the knight. The mate is untouchable. Okay. Now, what do you think? Best move here for white. What do you think?
Aha, I see it. Neil, finish this up. If you can, finish it up.
Bishop d2.
Okay, bishop d2. Okay, that's interesting. It's possible. Although maybe, so now again, remember, this is not a check, right? So now you're giving him a chance to kind of open up a space for his king. So okay, so this move is a little bit contrary to what I said before, in the sense that I said that all moves are usually checks. So this move is not a check. He took one move out to save his knight. He went knight d3. Okay, and now black.
Wait, there wasn't checkmate.
No, it wasn't checkmate. Now black took the pawn on d4,
right,
but we are close to checkmate. All right, so now how do we continue this? How do we continue?
Samuel.
Just thinking about something like bishop d2.
Yeah, bishop d2 is a good move, although white chose b4 instead in this position. Okay, so b4. So now we have two different options, right? So let's say king b6. So best move here. What do you think?
Patrick.
The best move here, I think, is a5 check.
a5 check. Very good. So now he's got three different options here. So if he goes, actually, king b5 is probably the simplest way to win here. So what do you think? How do you checkmate with king b5? Maybe who do we call him? Patrick? Maybe Neil?
C4.
Yeah, c4 check. And now if he goes king a6, what do you do?
B5.
Good, b5. And if he goes king c6,
B5 still.
b5 still, yeah. So real quick. So in the game, so he didn't go b5, he went king a here, a6. Now, how do we checkmate? It's a similar line, but a little different, slight variation. Samuel, what do you think?
Bishop c4.
No, bishop c4 actually allows him to escape. Why?
Oh yeah, because
Now you're letting him block
b5.
here, and he's gonna escape, find refuge on b7, and perhaps with c6. Now he's going to c7, right? So we don't want to allow him to escape. So what do you think? Let's see, who else? Ariana?
Um, I was thinking the same thing as Samuel.
Okay. How about Edward?
C4.
Again, c4 is not a check. So now he can do check, or he can block here, find refuge on b7. So what else? Joshua?
On b5.
Yeah, b5 check brings the king out once again, right? Pawn sacrifice. And now how do we continue?
C4. Sorry, David.
C4.
I'm saying because I want to get them in the tournament.
Yeah, we're almost done. C4 check. So now both c6 and a6 leads to mate. So does everybody see how? Anybody see how does a6 lead to mate?
Because of rook. No.
Adam, how does
Knight B4.
Knight b4, very good. And how does king c6 lead to mate?
Same way.
No. No, actually no, that's not the same way. Because if we hear
yeah, that's true. Not the
then
same
the king
way.
then yeah. How does king c6 lead to mate?
Samuel.
Bishop D5.
Bishop d5.
Bishop d5 is mate. Very
Bishop
nice mate.
D5.
Yeah. So good. Okay, awesome. King hunts.
All right, guys. Let us practice. Be nice.
Remember the blitz.
Be nice. We'll play blitz today because we don't
Yay.
have as much time.